Hello folks, Jerry and welcome back to Rush Racing 2, and today we're gonna go ahead and check out the C63 AMG Black Edition. Now this is a car which I used to pink slip quite a bit in the past, and well, in recent times not so much, because we found out, about the Gallardo being RRC and all that, and it's really a great competitor to the C63, which has now been mostly forgotten, but it actually is a really good car. So today, thanks to Zachary, we're gonna go ahead and check out the max tune and how to drive this thing, because this and the Gallardo are actually like surprisingly even these days. Even though the Gallardo obviously is much cheaper, this is basically like a premium version, and I know that some people will prefer the way this thing drives over the Gallardo, but yeah, it's 990 maxed out, it does 7.6s, and it's quite consistent. Like as you guys might remember, like one time we got on a fucking insane win streak with this thing, which was just obviously a while ago, and I wasn't able to repeat that, but it actually is a really glorious car to drive as well. There you go. Tires obviously maxed out. Let's check out the aero parts. So front bumper, there you go. I didn't actually know that there was no aero on this thing, just ignore that. Hold on. Rear bumper not available, underglow doesn't change much. Hoods are gem only, and the trunk is gem only as well. It does remove a bit of weight, but could be a lot worse. Also the spoiler is gem only, so there's that. So obviously if you want to have the biggest edge and get the best possible times, you will put the spoiler, the hood and the trunk on the car. But it won't remove too much, it's basically only gonna give you an edge in pink slips against other C63s. So the way this car drives is actually really consistent. I wouldn't say it's as consistent as the Gallardo. We're obviously not gonna be pink slipping it because it's not mine, it's Zachary's, but the release for this thing is just before the second light comes on, and then you just shift. Perfect. Oh god. Yeah, also, I think I forgot to mention, just watch out for that first gear. It's not super quick, but if you're running cars that have slower first gears, it will catch you off guard, just like it happened to me over here. So we got an awful time because of that, and I'm just gonna blame the first gear for that, because that was totally on me. Let's try again. I wouldn't say it was perfect, but it was much better. So I'm trying to shift perfect. If you're running other cars, also just be careful, because this car does have the 7th gear. Just make sure you don't forget about it. So that was not a great time at all. This thing can do 7.6s pretty consistently, but considering I've been running the Gallardo recently, I am quite rusty with the C63 AMG. Alright, last run with this thing, I just can't get a fucking 7.6. Like, I'm just awful with this. And then I short shift like 2 of the gears. I just can't. I'm awful with this thing now. I did 10 runs. Like I was recording, but I'm not gonna include them, and I just cannot get a 7.6. I used to be good with this thing. What happened? But yeah, like, just ignore these times. There's obviously people who are a lot better at racing than I am, and those will, obviously be much better with this thing. But it can do 7.6s. The best time I ever saw in this thing was like a 7.50. I mean 7.650, which is obviously really good for Tier 5. It is the second quickest Tier 5 car after the ZR1, but I think the Gallardos, like, I'm still gonna prefer running Gallardos over this thing, just because A, they're cheaper, and B, I'm just more consistent with them. Like, I did hit consistent 7.7s, but obviously, you can do really consistent low 7.7s in the Gallardo. So is this a good car? Definitely. But comparing to the Gallardo, I think I'm still, I'm definitely gonna stick with the Gallardo, even though that really doesn't mean that this is a bad car, because it is really good, and it's like one of my favorite Tier 5 cars still. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. My name's Jerry, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Rush Racing 2. Take care.